Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Living a Rogue Life. My name is Carla. I have had a YouTube channel now for close to 8 months, so I'm still a newbie. I've got lucky and got into this, met this amazing group of people, a wonderful community with homesteading and gardening, and I've actually improved my skills, which were slim, but any step forward is still a step. So what I wanted to do is, I was actually following one of my channels, catching up on the videos, and I went over and I subscribed to Castle Hives, and Castle Hives pulled out this shirt that it was a green shirt and it said Shed Wars, and I didn't even watch the whole video. I'm like, I need to know what that is. So I went online and started searching, and turned out that a lot of the people in the community that I'm new to already knew everything about it. So this is going to be my entry video, hoping to get into the draft for Shed Wars. Now, I watched a couple other entry videos, and I am nowhere near the caliber or the space of what everyone else has. I live in Zone 9B, Houston, Texas, in an HOA neighborhood. I have my front yard and my backyard, and along with that, I've got 3 huskies and a beagle. So we don't have a lot of space, and we do have regulations, some of which I break and some of which I don't. I'll flip the camera around and show you what I've got going on in my front yard, and then I'll take you out back and show you what we have going on there. Hang on a sec. Okay, so this is my front yard. I do have a video or 2 videos out where I was actually doing the original transformation, just from grass to garden. I actually had a pumpkin patch here, but I learned that in Zone 9B, pumpkins are an early spring crop, not a fall crop. So they didn't do well because I had too much pest pressure. I did, however, I was able to grow cotton, which I thought was the most beautiful thing I've ever grown. Now, I'm not sure what it does after after it blooms, but I'm waiting to find out. But so yeah, this is the front yard, and out here I do stuff like the cabbages. I grew okra out front. I can do zucchinis. I did trellised melons. I have my calendula growing to make salve. So I guess I'm kind of a city stead. Have my chamomile. And as you can see, these are not large plots. I have my tatsoi, radish. This is my basil, but I let my basil just go to seed just for the pollinators. I do have 2 black tubs here. I have 3 tubs, but 2 of these I actually have asparagus. So I'll wait and see if those come up. And hang on, we'll go to the backyard. So in my backyard, I have a fenced area because of all the dogs. I've been gardening off and on for about 4 years, 5 years, but it wasn't until after Hurricane Harvey wiped out my first container garden, and then it took me years to get back into the mood. So in the fall of 2018, I started a garden. Didn't do anything because I've never fall gardened before. And then last year, 2020, I guess, yeah, early, like January 2020, I got real serious about it, and I broke out with a bunch of heirloom plants, and I grew lots of tomatoes, lots of cucumbers, all the average things that you can grow in a small area in a container, because I don't have any in-ground plots. This year I'm going to try to expand to do a few raised beds in place of containers to see if they do better. But I'm also changing my, I'm changing from heirloom seeds to things that are going to be high producers. Small area, mass quantity. That's the goal. But let's step into my garden. So here's my beasties. Tank, Zen, Mishka, and Jojo. And so hence their dog kennel became keeping them out, not keeping them in. Now this is what I have in my fall garden at the moment. I have kale. Only one kale plant. Why? I don't eat that much kale, therefore it's just what I need. This one has actually, I guess this one is almost 2 years old, and I'm kind of hoping it'll go to seed so I can have seeds for future. Brussels sprouts. This Brussels sprout was planted in January of last year, of 2020. It grew. I cut it off, not knowing what I was doing. I got one nice stalk of Brussels sprouts, but I didn't cut it all the way down to the ground. I left it growing, and as you can see, it started again, it regenerated, and so now I have a new crop of Brussels sprouts off of the original plant. My cabbage are doing okay. They are nowhere near as pretty as they were last year, and I learned that that's because you can't grow them in the same place you grew them before. The soil has to be amended, and again, just a learning spot, and then I will pull these up and amend the soil and show you how I do that. Broccoli. This is my second attempt at growing broccoli. I tried in the spring. It bolted within weeks. I was getting these beautiful heads out here on this one, and then I came out this morning thinking, oh, it's going to be bright, and I have flowers. And once they have flowers, you're too far gone. So this one is like one little broccoli. I'm almost tempted to cut it off just to eat it. But again, a learning experience. Carrots did nothing. Again, this is an African blue basil that I grew simply for the bees. I have a hard time here in the city getting the pollinators, so I have found that this is the one thing they are extremely attracted to, and they are in there somewhere. There it goes. But so really, that's the only reason that one's there. So as you can see, again, it's all containers. I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to do tomatoes. I've got collards. This eggplant is almost a year old. It grew all summer long, and it is still producing under here. I probably have about 10 eggplants still on here. Let's see how they're doing. They have survived the freeze we just had. Over here I have quail. So I have eight quail. This was just again another one of those spontaneous, hey, let's throw them in the backyard. But they've been laying eggs consistently. I do vertical gardening. I have 2 vertical containers, a pepper plant that still has survived the winter, and down here I have radishes, yellow onions, red onions, 3 kinds of garlic, and then I took this piece of gutter, and in this gutter I grow radishes. So anyway, that's kind of my garden. I do anywhere I can put a pot, put a container, that's where I'm going to grow something. I also have 13 hens. More collard greens. I have a tub of tomatoes. Now I know potatoes. I started these early. You're not supposed to plant them till February, but I will be planting more on Valentine's Day. But anyway, so this is my backyard. And like I said, I've got, hi ladies. Recently had a raccoon attack and lost a couple, but my girls are still doing good. I get it right now. I get about 6 eggs a day through the winter. They molted. They stopped laying altogether. And again, all this is the first time with chickens. So all of this is a learning experience for me, and I'm excited to share as I learn, and I have no problem sharing my failures because I'm good at that. a failure is just a stepping stone to something better. I'm going to pull out my seeds. I'll show you what I've got. So like I said, I'm going to be transferring over from growing heirloom seeds to growing some high producers. Let me show you my seed collection. So I keep my seeds in an ammo can. Doesn't everybody? This is my ammo against whatever comes my way. And the ammo can is full, so most of this I will not be planting this year, simply because, like I said, I'm moving over to something that's a little more higher production than I have cover crops as well that I do in my raised beds. Let's see, there's really not a whole lot in here that, most of it is locally purchased, urban farmer. There's some that's from Baker Creek. But again, this is not something. Now, I will be growing my sugar baby watermelons from Baker Creek, but this is my full spring garden right here. I'm so excited about it. I'm actually going to be starting my pepper and tomato seeds from the Row by Row show at Haas Tools, my favorite show to watch. There you go. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Alright. I'm going to be pulling out some of my banana trees, and I'm going to grow Devotion sweet corn. So I may end up having to do those in some kind of kiddie pool. I've got jambalaya okra. I've got provider bush beans. I've got Bet Alpha cucumbers. Got to have my pollinators for my zinnias. I have the one ball squash. Where's the other squash? Moonbeam squash. More okra. I love okra. Bella Rosa tomatoes and the red snapper tomato, simply because these are supposed to be determinate, high producing, and disease resistant, which is huge for me. And then I'm also going to do the Max Pat cucumbers. Now, there are a couple other seeds that I'm still looking to get. I just haven't decided. I want to get a small cherry tomato, and I'm leaning towards the Mountain Vineyard. Yeah, again, being in limited space, I have to be like, okay, I have 50 seeds. Where in the world am I going to grow 50 cucumbers? 50 cucumber plants. Those things get huge. I, at most, can grow 2. So I need a seed that's going to be high germination. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing, and all of that as I start seeds will be videoed and recorded. So yeah, guys, I'm excited, and I hope you will actually take a look at the video and see if I'm worthy to join the Shed Wars. I think that would be so much fun. And then to be able to share what I do right and what I do wrong with anybody else who's in my situation in a city, thinking they can't grow anything, to show them the possibilities of you have more space than you think you do. Yeah, my goal is homesteading, but I'm not there yet, so I am going to grow where I'm planted. All right, guys, love you all. Have a great evening.